Hey guys, Danielle Carr, your dietitian, and of course coming to talk to you about gut health, how important it is to have prebiotics and probiotics and why we should actually have them. So bringing it back to gut health, why is that important? Well, our body is full of tens of billions of microorganisms, basically bacteria. We have 10 times more cells than we do bacteria. So basically we're just like walking bacteria. But it's so important to have the good bacteria to get the bad bacteria out. Because if we don't do that, that's when the symptoms come of anxiety, depression, fatigue, irritability, insomnia. Because remember, our gut is literally our second brain. So what are the things that we should be feeding our gut? Again, that's a prebiotic and probiotics. So if you're like me, whenever I saw the word prebiotics, I thought, okay, somebody just misspelled probiotic. Not true. If you're also like me, when you did learn about prebiotic and probiotic, I thought, wow, I have no idea the difference. That is like a foreign language to me. So I'm just going to simplify it for you, just a really quick video on simplifying it. Before we get into that, know that prebiotics feed our probiotics. So they're like the fertilizer for the soil. So if we're not getting the prebiotics, our probiotics are living microorganisms in our gut, but they eventually die off. Actually, when you take probiotics in supplemental form, 90% of what you're taking in the probiotics is already dead, which is crazy. But it's okay as long as we are getting prebiotics to feed the probiotics. Because when that happens, the probiotics are like the happiest Pac-Man in the world because they grow and they multiply and they multiply and they multiply. But they've got to be fed first. So how do we do that? So prebiotics are plants, vegetables, asparagus, which is my favorite because it increases inulin, which also goes to butyrate, so it helps the probiotics even more. Dandelion, and then of course I really like asparagus because it's up here twice, so make sure you get your asparagus in. When you eat these things, remember they're going to fertilize that soil of the probiotics and make them grow. But we also need to make sure that we're having a balance of probiotics, the same thing with prebiotics. So probiotics are microorganisms that we can get from fermented foods or unfermented foods. So that's things like yogurt, kimchi, sauerkraut, which has amazing health benefits. And then you can also take them in supplemental form. Make sure that when you are buying a probiotic, you want a probiotic that has the most amount of strands in it and does need to be refrigerated because it's live bacteria that we're putting into our body. And we want that quality of bacteria to stay as long as we can. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions about prebiotics and probiotics, please let me know, but make sure you are getting them and you should see a major difference in the way that you feel. Depression can be decreased quite a bit. Immunity increased immensely, especially if you're going on a trip somewhere. Well, we need to make sure we get in the prebiotics and probiotics because we have all different foods that we'll be eating. Skin health, sleeping, and so much more. Take care and keep your gut healthy.